Yo, so I'm back on day 9 now. Yesterday was day 8 when I first went to the doctor for our initial consult at Pivot Medical Centre in Perth, Australia. I was going to check back in after I did a little bit of a vlog in the car, but I was not in a good state of mind yesterday after. I found the initial consult really stressful, really confronting. When they said the doctor was 40 minutes late, I was like, get the fuck out of here, because I don't want to do this. It's really scary, and I'm really feeling at odds because everybody keeps saying it's that awesome moment that finally we're doing something about our fertility issues and rah, 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 and it's beautiful that some people can see the positive in that. For me, it was just really scary. Obviously, we all want the same end result, which would be wonderful, but it was really scary. But I thought I'd go over what happened, like the breakdown of what we paid for, exactly what we had done, what we got told, and where we're going to go from here, because we've never done anything like this before, or we're total noobs to it. So I thought it would be awesome for people in Australia to see how much shit costs, where we get it done, how we go about it, how long it takes, because I never really know how long it takes to do IVF. Is it instant? Is it 6 weeks? It's like at least 2 months. Like today is the almost December. It's December 20th. We probably won't be pregnant until the end of February if all went well. Rah, rah, rah. So the initial consult, cost-wise, costs $190 each up front. I got 120 of that back from Medicare, and my partner Dan got 166 of that back from Medicare, which was really great. It depends if you hit your threshold. I've obviously hit my threshold, so they're covering a bit less. The consult included, besides a really awkward wait in the waiting room with really confident people, pregnant people, scary people who were like excessively loud on their phones about, you know, things they were going to get up to on the weekend. And I found the waiting room to be really confronting, especially when I was really, really nervous about getting all my testing done. I hated being in the waiting room. But so I got to do a lovely pap smear, and I was really stressed out for that. I hated it. It's very intrusive, even though I know it's completely necessary because it's women's health. I still hate it. Then we sat down and had a chat with our doctor, and I kind of let slip that I was like really, really scared about it and wasn't feeling as enthusiastic as I'd hoped to, and he was really sweet. He got me to talk about what was up. He allowed me to express myself in my way, which is lots of swear words and a bit of a giggle. And I think it was what I needed to ease the tension, because it was really not fun. Scary. So we chatted with him for ages, and I'll go back to what we chatted with him about. But then we went and did bloods through the Clinipath there, and obviously that was included in our initial consult. They had this really gross needle that went in there, and it took 10 vials of blood, which really she said it was about 30 mils, so a couple of teaspoons worth, but it felt like more. But considering you've got 6 litres, it's a drop in the ocean. We also had to do a urine test. They only wanted the first bit of urine, so we both did that. Dan and I were both in the room when we did our bloods, obviously not when we did urine samples, because that's weird. I don't like needles, so it was really horrible watching Dan get done. But the lady who did it, like all people who take bloods, they know that everybody hates it, and they know you're going to swear, and they know you're going to get stressed out. And she was just super and adorable, and she reinforced the fact that everybody's getting done exactly the same shit we were getting done. We weren't special. We weren't not special. It was just the standard procedure that everybody wanting to go through IVF goes through. So we decided after our chat with the doctor that we were going to do a tracking cycle for this month. So I'm on day 8. So I have I'm on day 9 now. I have another 19 days to go before the day of my first period. On the day of my first period, I get to call them and say that I am on day 1 of the assessment cycle. And then day 2, I will attend my medical centre between 7:30 and 9:30 a.m. for a baseline blood test. Then on day 5, I'll attend for an antral follicle count, ultrasound scan and blood test. Then day 7 to 12, you'd normally do a high cozy, which is where they test out the fallopian tubes. I had some dermoid cysts in October 2012. Fortunately, the guy doing our fertility was the gynecologist I saw, so I get to tick that one off and not have to do that because it's not comfy. And then from day 9 onwards, they do ultrasound and blood tests second daily until ovulation is predicted. I know from previous trials, I actually ovulate at like day 9, really early. And but even though we knew that, it still didn't make a difference. We still didn't really have any luck with it. And so yeah, they're going to do that. And then they'll do follicle tracking for ultrasound times, and they're all super early in the morning. If there's no traffic, I live about 35 minutes from the centre. If there is traffic, I live about 2 hours away from the centre. So being up there for 7:30 in the morning is going to suck. Fortunately, my almost 8-year-old is on school holidays, so I don't have to juggle the drop-off. So a bit of silver lining is this is really fucking good timing. In the meantime, before day 1 of my next cycle, which will be in January, we have to both go and get ultrasounds. I have to get what's labelled as fertility investigations on pelvic and abdominal, and Dan has to have ultrasounds on scrotal and renal, so obviously his testicles, and renal is kidneys, so checking kidney function. I'm assuming they're going to go for liver function and all that at the same time as well. And then at some stage before day 1 as well, Dan needs to get in and do a semen analysis, and he has to abstain for 2 to 7 days, and he'll go back into the fertility clinic for that. I have no idea if it's a nice clean room or if it's a male bathroom. Fuck knows. And there's also on our little to-do list is a counselling appointment. So obviously they just want to touch base. This can be a hell of an emotional roller coaster, so I'm not surprised that counselling's included in it. I think it would be nice to continue to vent how I'm feeling. I do feel really at odds with all the other women that are like, yay, IVF. I'm like, oh, scary. If there was a way around it, I would do it. But we're really going to try really hard one more time this month to see if we can fall naturally. It would be amazing if we could. We can certainly afford the IVF. We've been careful with our money, so IVF a round or 2 isn't going to kill us, but if I could dodge all of it and then spend that money on lovely baby things because we got pregnant naturally, that would be just the best. So that's what's up. I'm still continuing to take my multivitamins and everything, and I pretty much just have to get my little to-do list checked off, which is quite cute. So I'll get all this stuff checked off. Got the top one done. I'm booked in for this one on December 27th. Dan and I are both going. So 2 days after Christmas. Yay, Christmas. And yeah, so I will get back to you on probably day 1 of my next cycle, and we'll see what the fuck is up.